For the fourth problem on the second ACT practice test, which of the following is equivalent to 4x squared in parentheses, all raised to the third power? So to solve this, let's rewrite our expression. We have 4x squared, and we're raising that to the third power. And before we solve this particular problem, let's look at a simpler example. Let's say we have 2 times a, and we're raising this to the third power. So what this means is that this entire expression here, this 2 times a, this is multiplied by itself 3 times. So this is equal to 2 times a times 2 times a times 2 times a. So you have this 2 times a, or 2a, multiplied 3 times since it's raised to the third power. So in other words, notice that we have 2 times 2 times 2, which we can rewrite as 2 to the third power, and we have a times a times a, which we can rewrite as a to the third. So when you have a product and you're raising it to some exponent, each one of these factors, this 2 and this a in this case, each get raised to whatever that exponent is. So the 2 got raised to the third power, and the a got raised to the third power. And if you want, you can simplify this to 8a to the third. So now that we have a better idea on how to cube a product, let's apply it to our particular problem. So this 4x squared, all raised to the third power, we're essentially multiplying this expression, this 4x squared, by itself 3 times. So let's just write that out. We have 4x squared times 4x squared times 4x squared. And we have 4 multiplied by itself 3 times, so we can write that as 4 to the third. And we have this x squared multiplied by itself 3 times, so we can write that as x squared to the third power, or we can just simplify it, since x squared times x squared times x squared is just x to the 6th power. And if that doesn't make sense, if you write it out like this, and then recognize that x squared is just x times x, and you essentially have this 3 times. X times x and x times x. But notice that there are 6 x's multiplied together. So that's why this is equal to x to the 6th. So our expression simplifies to 4 to the third times x to the 6th. And 4 to the third power is just 4 times 4 times 4. 4 times 4 is 16, and 16 times 4 is 64. So this expression simplifies to 64 times x to the 6th power. And that is choice letter G here. So that is our final answer.